Hello tankers, it's Matt and welcome back to another quick tank review. Today we're going to be going a bit lower down the tiers, but not lower in the fun. In fact, we're actually going to be going for a lot more fun than normal. This is the Panzer IV H, German tier 5 medium tank that can equip a pitiful 75mm or this lovely 105mm howitzer. Right, so here it is then tankers, the tier 5 German medium tank, the Panzer IV H. It's one of the funkiest looking tanks in the game, and also I think it's historically accurate. The tanks during the war actually looked like this. The Panzer IV H version had this nice spaced armour on the sides, which can help, well in the game, can help defend you from high explosive shots and artillery splash. It's not very thick. The ones by the tracks are only 5mm, and the one around the turret is 8mm, but again, that will save you from high explosive. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the rest of the armours. So it says 80 at the front and 50, the rest of the figures are appalling, so we're not going to talk about the rest, let's talk about the front. So the 80mm is just the vertical front plates. At the front, you can see where the bow gun sticks out, you can see how thick that bit of metal is there. Unfortunately though, the lower plate, the very bottom angle bit, is 30mm. The upper angled plate there with the track led horizontally there, that's 20mm, and the bit there under the turret and back behind the bow gun with the two driver's hatches, that is 10mm. So although it's fairly well angled and armoured from the front, every now and again you are going to get completely overmatched by even lower tier tanks and they're going to pen you. But some of the front plates there can bounce. Front of the turret's 50, gun mantlet's 50, not massive numbers, but again it's enough to bounce some lower tier tanks. And the hatch on top, the very top and very bottom are quite thin, but the middle of it is 90mm, so it's actually quite well armoured compared to the rest of the tank. Anyway, you don't really play this thing for armour, all you need to know is it will bounce some lower tiers, be very very careful about higher tiers. Anyway, next thing you need to know, big thing, gun depression. Don't know why, because the gun seems to clear the spaced armour most of the way around. You have 10 degrees at the front, 8 degrees at the back, and only 5 over the sides. There's a 60-degree angle at the front, basically where the gap is in that spaced armour, where you have 10 degrees. So you really need to keep your turret in that sort of area to get the full 10 degrees to work ridge lines properly. If not, you're only going to have 5, you're going to push further over the hill, and you're going to get shot. Anyway, so that's enough about the armour, talked about the gun depression. It's looking pretty good so far for a tier 5 medium. Let's have a look at the packages and see what the Germans have been doing. Right, so at the start, you know, it's a stock tier 5 medium, it's not going to be that good. As you go up though, you get some better engines, starts to get a little bit more mobile, you get a slightly upgraded 75mm, slightly longer barrel, so you get some more penetration. But it's when you get to this point you have to make a decision about how you want to play this tank. You can either have that tier 5 long barrel 75mm with 110 pen, but only 110 alpha, but great rate of fire at 15 rounds a minute, or this one, because derping is fun. The 10.5cm howitzer. It's only 28 barrel lengths, barrel thicknesses even, so it's not very accurate. The aim times are not actually that bad at 2.29. Imagine that on a KV2, eh? Yeah. Penetration is pretty good for a tier 5 derp gun at 64mm. I think that beats the Sherman derp by 1mm. And 350 alpha with your AP rounds, 350 alpha with your heat rounds, but they have 104 pen, or no, it was the HE pen, it was exactly the same as Sherman. Yeah, 53mm for the HE pen, but 410 alpha damage. So if you can pen equal tier tanks, you've got a good chance of one-shotting most of them. Right, so now I'm going to talk about the M4 Sherman derp just a little bit more. I love that tank, but this one gets almost another whole round a minute, and that works out quite a lot. And the reload on this tank with the derp gun is what makes this tank not massively overpowered, but in their right hands this tank is absolutely lethal. And that's probably why you see a lot of like famous streamers and stuff like that playing this tank quite regularly, because it is just really good fun. One other thing I want to talk about here though is the view range. I choose to run coated optics combined with chocolate to get 20% extra view range rather than binos for the 25, and that's because I always prefer to play this thing at the front of an assault, the front of the team, so I don't really need that huge view range. But for a newer player, I may suggest changing your equipment slightly until you get a bit more confident with your tanks. Anyway, crew skills. This was a new crew when I decided to buy this thing back, so I've got 6th sense. You really need 6th sense for this tank to make the most of it. You don't have a very big hit point pool. Only takes a couple of shots before you're down to a one shot, and then you're really not confident about poking ridges anymore. So really try hard to get 6th sense. You see I'm training camo just to try and make this tank a little bit more sneaky. Anyway, equipment choices. Like I said, I go for rammer and ventilation to bring up the reload, and obviously ventilation will help with all the other major crew skills, and coated optics to bring up the view range. So with chocolate, coated optics improve ventilation. My view range is pretty good, it's not that good. You'd be obviously a lot better off running binocular telescope, but remember you need to be stationary for about 3 seconds for that to activate, and I don't like that. And if you don't have 6th sense, you don't want to be stationary for 3 seconds on top of a ridgeline. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Supplies. Carry 0 AP rounds. Absolutely pointless. You want to carry a few heat rounds for when you can penetrate a target, and that's a trick to doing well in these tanks, and I really need to work on that myself. And you want a crap ton of high explosive. And hopefully I'll show you in some Ace Tank gameplay in a minute how to use a HE. Yeah. Well, so there we go, standard consumables, repair kit and a first aid kit, but I choose to run chocolate for a newer player. You may wish just to have the fire extinguisher here if you're not confident about poking ridge lines. Anyway, what's there left to talk about? Let's just talk about the basic stats. It only has 480 hit points. It's not that good really. That soon disappears. Speed limit of 40, so it's not the quickest of the medium tanks, and with 440 horsepower it doesn't get there that quickly either, and the chassis rotation is just fairly average at 32 degrees a second. Turret rotations are okay though, and 7.5 rounds a minute with the derp gun, or you can have more rounds a minute with the 75mm, but I choose to use the derp gun, and I would suggest you do too, because it's fun. Right, so it's just a quick little round fellas. Now into some Ace Tanker gameplay, and hopefully I can demonstrate all of the things I just said. Right, let's get into the action then, tankers. Panzer IV H, top tier matchmaking. Time to push forward, get into the mix of it, and see what destruction I can cause. So, Panzer IV H, it's not the fastest of medium tanks, it's definitely not the most well armoured. It's a jack of all trades and master of one, and that one is definitely derping. The howitzer on this tank is, it's good, definitely very good howitzer. The aim time's good, the reload's good. You don't expect good accuracy with a howitzer, but even so, RN Jesus does giveth quite a lot with this tank, and you're about to see in a minute. Anyway, so push up, spotting, engaged. See some heavy armoured tanks, Churchill 3 just snap one away. Very low damage, but that's the sort of tank where your high explosive starts to become not useless, but not very effective. And especially top tiers, like tier 7 tanks. But T67s? Should have picked a real stat pad as tank, son. You're gone. Anyway, so we managed to bounce a few shots there. Right, here comes an M4 Sherman. If he has the derp gun, I could be in trouble. Actually, does it look like a derp gun? Don't know. But we just hit him for nearly 400. And we're almost reloaded again. Look at this reload. And there we go. Tier 5 medium tank gone in 2 shots. So that was basically... what's the reload on this thing? With my setup. Yeah, powerful reload. So that Sherman disappeared in about 7 seconds. Right, just firing on the move again. Lucky they hit, to be honest. Just keeping the spots going. We're up to 8 now. Just need one more for a scout medal. Assuming we win, that is. Yeah, so I'm a bit worried about artillery. I think I notice in a minute where a round comes in from, so I know where I'm safe then. There it is, look, so I'm safe behind this rock to the left of it, not safe to the right of it, but I still push my luck anyway. Yeah, check that out. Couldn't spot him at that range, but derp gun, laters, potatoes. That's 3 kills. God, I just need one more spot. Right, light tank pushes up. Yeah, just snap that one away again. Didn't hit. Just worried about the artillery, really. Just need one more spotting ticket. I'm starting to get some assist points, but remember at this tier they're all really low. Right, but nice hit on the move, and we get the spot for him. So there's the scout medal. If I can win this game. Keeping the spots going, being a little bit cheeky. Trying to save my hit points for later on. And it's that Churchill again. There he is. Oh, I need someone takes him out. Happy days, he's gone. Very dangerous tank there. I'm being looked at. Requires a martyr there. Come on. Should have spent longer aiming that, but he's dead. I hit him for about 200 and tracked him, so I got the rest of the assist points anyway. Still not perfect. Stuck at the back. Ooh, that was a close one. I'm being shot by something else. Right, pushing in. Got a platoon of rippers on our team. Right, so fire on the move. I had to fire then. That was the only opportunity I would get to take that kill, so I let it go. Went nowhere near. Never mind. A few seconds, reload up, and we're back in again. Right, so the Ripper is YOLO'd. He's trying to get the arty kill. Unfortunately, there's a Su-85B to his side. Right, so spot the Churchill. There's the arty. Come on. Yep, arty killed down. Gonna kill number 4. There's that Su-85. Trying to work out where I'm in cover from these 2 tanks. Where's that Su-85? There he is. Lock on. Let the round go. Boom. Kill number 5. Right, now I snapped this shot away, but it's whilst I was doing it I noticed the guy's AFK. Time to track him. Keep him spotted. If my team could pen him, that would, yeah, it'd be nice. I'll take his other track off, and then I go for the pro kill steal. 82 there, aim one up on his backside, kill number 6. And now time just to farm some XP basically. But this is a good sort of demo of how to use the derp gun to take out tanks without turrets. I know this guy has a turret, but he's not playing. So imagine this was a non-turreted TD and you wanted to kill him. Just working him round, taking his tracks off. And also if my team hit him, there we go, you get the track and assist points, aiming up the last shot, pro, kill steal again, waiting for him to be a one shot, kill number 7, 7 kills, decent amount of damage done, 9 spots for a spot medal, scout medal, you know what I mean. Anyway, quick look at the results. So there we go, 64,000 credits, nearly 1900 damage, just over 1300 assists, Master Ace Tanker, Scout Medal, Top Gun, didn't get him Devastator there. So I don't know if one of the tanks, apparently Soviet said tier 3 tanks don't count for a Devastator. So over 2k base, 7 kills, happy days, fun was had, derping was done, happy days. Right, there we go taggers, Panzer IV H. If you've been through it in the past, go back and get it again, have some fun. And if you're on your way for it the first time, I recommend the derp gun. Go out, have some fun, rather than just getting bored grinding. Right, cheers guys, give it a like if you did, and I'll catch you on the next one. Laters.